Howdy. You're listening to Questboard, a podcast where we make up random side quests. My name is Brandon.
And I'm Tiffany. We are not professional. Oh, you made me laugh on that, howdy.
No, we're keeping this.
We are not professional writers in any way, shape, or form. At least we don't claim to be. We just really like tabletop RPGs, and we do this for fun. Also, he did not tell me he was going to do that before we started.
No, we talked about it last week where it's just like, maybe I should change up.
Well, you got me.
Okay. Anyways, how are you doing?
I'm having a lot more fun now.
Aw, maybe I should change it up more often.
Yeah.
Instead of the deadpan hello, just a deadpan howdy.
Howdy.
Just
No, that was
howdy.
too. Nah. I don't do the howdies very well. I say y'all a lot, unironically, but
Then you should be like fine with howdy,
you'd think.
you think.
You'd think.
No offense to actually who actually says howdy out there.
Oh, no, none offense meant anywhere there. Howdy is a perfectly good hi.
Ish.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's totally fine.
yeah, whatever way you say hi, it doesn't matter.
I would feel better saying hi y'all or hey y'all instead of a howdy.
Maybe it's because it's just too long. You're saying so many syllables just to greet someone
Yeah.
or a group of people.
No, because then I think about like the Japanese word for that. Isn't it like Ohio?
Ohio gozaimasu.
Yeah, that's just a more polite version. If you just Ohio, it's just like, hey.
I think that means morning.
Oh, yeah, it is good morning, isn't it?
Yeah, Ohio gozaimasu means good morning, and Ohio just means
It's good morning. Yeah, morning type of thing. Anyway.
we're weebs.
Yeah.
Anyways, that is your introduction lesson for the day. Let's find out what quests we're doing.
All right.
You got dice?
I got him. 41.
Okay, we've already done that one.
Ooh.
That is local spellcaster looking for a lab assistant. That was clinical trials,
Oh, that one was fun.
where we just made up random spell side effects
Yeah, that
or
was
magical side effects. Would you like to go up or down?
fun. Let's go down.
Down. At number 40 is the lost young boy named James. That is our city escape from the city
Oh, yeah,
episode.
that was fun.
One below that, 39, is the well water has tasted funny. That is the wellness check episode.
Wow, we've done a lot around this number.
Yeah, and I'm surprised that I remember it. 38 we have not done.
All right, finally.
Side note, it's probably going to be like I can't wait until like near episode like 90 where most of this table has been filled up.
Right?
And you're going to get it, in which it's going to be a very long intro
A long
of me
list
like,
of, okay, we did this one, that was that episode, we did this one, that was that episode, we did this one, that was that episode, we did this one. What episode was that again?
maybe. Or I might just say, there's a list of episodes we've already done, and I'm just going to go straight to it because I'm not going to explain all of it probably.
Right.
Depends on how I feel at the moment. But anyways, number 38. Needed bartender. Looking to employ a bartender for my inn. The Crooked Arrow must be able to listen to political rants on rather slow days. And then bold at the end, no goblins.
Okay. So they need a bartender. Not necessarily a member of the party. This might be sort of type of quest where the party goes to find a bartender.
I have an idea.
What's up?
I've talked to you outside of this podcast before.
What? We talk outside of the podcast?
I know, strange concept. we actually exist outside recording.
And surprisingly, we are friends.
Eh.
I consider us friends.
Anyways, I've talked about wanting to do a sequel to previous older episodes.
Oh?
Just like how we did for the Lucky Shorts one.
Mhm.
We had part 2. I think that was called Out of Shorts.
Eh.
But this one just made me think, remember the episode, I think it was called Quaff Life 3,
Oh, no.
where we came up with two families that hated each other that were both brewers.
Mm-hmm.
And the party was invited, had a job from a Minotaur family called Winters.
Mm-hmm.
And they had a rival brewing family of were people called the Moons, I believe.
Yep, I've got notes. That's the only reason I know.
And so what if this job, the party gets hired by the Moon family?
Okay.
It doesn't have to be in the same town as that,
Not necessarily, no.
but we could do a canonical or just a sequel to that episode.
Okay. So it's not so much a sequel, it's just so much as a...
Same universe.
Yeah. same universe. The family's there, and yeah, so it's not necessarily. It could even happen before that quest.
Or yeah.
Yeah, so this is
It's
just a related quest.
yeah, there's still the feud going on.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to reference the other one or it just make it completely independent.
I mean, if any of your party members are minotaurs, that might be an issue.
Oh, that'd be an interesting one.
That would be interesting.
But I think it's not like I don't want the Moon family to be racist
No.
towards all. They just hate their competitor.
Right.
So if that Minotaur in your group is not a member of the Winters family,
Right.
they shouldn't have a problem.
What if one of your characters just randomly so happens to have the last name Winter?
And is a Minotaur?
Doesn't have to be a minotaur.
That is up for the game master discretion.
Yeah. It's like they can be racist, or they could just be like, wait a second, you part of that Winter family, or are you some other Winter family?
But listen to that episode. I forgot what number, but Quaff Life 3. Listen to that for the backstory of just the Winter and Moon family.
Yes, yes.
And yeah, I'm actually pleased to see just another one that involves just being bartender or alcohol. And it made me think,
There we go.
I've been wanting to do this anyways.
There's our connection.
Okay, so it's just looking to employ a bartender for the inn, the Crooked Arrow. We already have an inn name.
Yep. And apparently the innkeeper likes to talk politics. So that's why they want someone who is able to listen to political rants. I'm also guessing maybe we could kind of spin that to be not political rants, but just rants in general about the Winter family.
Yeah. I also, even though I kind of want to change, I want to change the name of the inn instead of the Crooked Arrow, the Silvered Arrow.
Ooh, I like that better. I like that so much better.
But it's in...
It's in the thing. If you, Game Master, who are using this, want to keep it as the Crooked Arrow, go for it. If you want to use the Silver Arrow and have more leading into this being the Moon family, do it.
Okay.
There we go.
I think this one is just a downtime job.
Yeah.
Where you could give the players rest time or anything like that. But during these rants, this will be the opportunity for them to get an actual quest out of. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because a lot of times what we do for these is it leads into an actual quest that we could actually come up with.
So you're saying one of the players acts as the bartender?
I would say probably the inn hires all of them to take up different shifts, and then you could do a week long, you take up different shifts and have downtime for all the players.
Okay.
Because I feel like a lot of times D&D groups don't give their players actual downtime to do stuff that they want to do.
Not that much, no.
Have you ever thought about wizards on creating copying spells into their spell book or creating magic scrolls? It takes a lot of time per, depending on the spell circle or spell slot.
It does, but also, if you're actually going to play out all that time, your session could get kind of long and boring.
Well, usually that's why it's montage level of things. But if you have just a small tidbit of roleplay scene of the bartender or the member of the Moon family going on one of their rants and complaining and all that stuff, that could plant a seed of a possible them doing it or offering themselves to do that or take care of that problem.
Gotcha.
Then it could lead to an actual quest.
Okay. What quest are you thinking about?
Well, it has to be against the Winter family.
Yeah.
And we could easily claim that both families are very big families.
Right.
So they have multiple locations and all that stuff. So when it comes to Qualify 3, it could be where that's just separate in its own area and isolated between two groups of the members of each family.
Two branches of the family.
Something like that. But then this one could involve just a completely different set of people or anything like that.
Different branch of the family.
I just thought of something when I was talking about that. What if this job is to help set up the Moon family to do what they did in the other one?
You're gonna have to remind me exactly what they did in the other one.
I had a feeling I was going to.
Because
I
forget things.
Based off of my memory, and it has been a while for us.
Right.
Based off my memory, the Winters family paid the party to be basically bodyguards or bouncers.
I remember that.
In which, when they were doing it, they were celebrating the end of a harvest festival for basically, or the brewing season.
Okay.
In which a year-end party, I think it was. And they were celebrating the last, consuming the last of the last batch, and they're releasing their newest batch.
Okay.
And in the middle of the party, there was an ambush by the Moon family where they were people, but then transform into the hybrid forms,
Right.
attacking the people, attacking the party, but had I forget the names, but the owner of the Winter family, his wife and either wife and kid, a child, or just wife, someone hostage on like the third floor, and the party had to go up
Right. Yeah,
and
this is a
save
really
them.
weirdly structured
So it
book.
was like a infiltration kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now that I'm explaining it, how do you have a setup for that where they just went in there and disguised as humans or whatever species they were before they were?
Also, I'm wondering, like, if you're going to put both of these quests into the same storyline, wouldn't the Moon family recognize the players who are acting as bodyguards then?
Well, if it's like a behind the scenes kind of thing.
Yeah, but you also mentioned, like, this is a completely different branch, so this could be something completely unrelated to that incident.
Yes. Well, I was saying that like there was a possibility where the party could have been the setup for
Gotcha.
the winter, and then when it happens, like, oh, this.
Whoops.
They could have done something without knowing that they helped the Moon family.
Okay.
Or we could just make it completely different, which I think it'll be easier for us if we just made it completely different.
Yeah, because then we'd actually have to remember things that happened that long ago, and I don't.
It'll be relying on me a lot,
Mhm.
and I don't fully remember. I just remember the general points that we made.
It's like, if we did commit to doing that, I'd say pause the recording, go listen to the episode, and then we can continue recording.
And that sounds like too much work.
Yeah, I don't want to.
Okay, then something new. So
Something about beer. Or
something
alcohol of a sort.
Something about their competitors.
Yeah, the Moon family.
Yes. Oh, we could just have it. No, I don't know if this is too simple. Where you notice that it says that must be able to listen to political rants on slower days.
Yeah.
What happens if that is the reason why okay, first the owner of this inn, a member of the Moon family.
Mhm.
What's her name?
Otis.
Otis Moon?
Yeah. Otis Moon. Sorry. Maybe not.
It took me a second.
I got a better one. April.
April Moon.
Yeah.
Actually, I think the last episode, I don't know if we talked about it after that episode or it was in the episode. You people who are listening who listened to the first one, or just let me know if I'm right. I did bring it up at the end of the episode. I jokingly said, oh, we can make a Romeo and Juliet situation between the two brewing families. April Moon sounds like a Juliet level name.
It does.
And it just made me think of that.
Okay.
She's the owner of the inn, and then at some point she's going to fall in love with a Winters family.
Probably.
Okay, fine. April Moon, which is a very lovely name.
I like it.
But
Please
then she
tell me
has
somewhere in the family there is a Moon.
Luna Moon.
No, it just has to be Moon. Do you know the Moon meme?
No.
Oh, it's pictures of a husky being a husky. And then, like, the caption's always like, oh my gosh, Moon, again?
I do not know or get it.
Yeah, okay. Just Google Moon. It's funny stuff.
Okay.
Moon works too.
Sadly, if April Moon is going to be like the Juliet, she's going to be complaining about the Winters family. I feel like the Juliet has to be sympathetic at all times
True.
with the Winter family.
Okay, so April Moon is their daughter then.
Okay, fine.
April Moon is Otis's daughter.
Okay, Otis Moon. This is such a weird tangent we're going on. But okay, Otis Moon during the slow period, that's when he complains about the Winters family because the Winters family maybe has a new recipe going out.
New recipe, or maybe they finally opened up a bar in this town. This was a town that the Moon family had. Like, they were the only brewery here, or at least they were the best one because there were no winters. But now a winter brewery is opening and Otis is complaining.
Perfect. Because what happens if that Winters family has a son
Yep.
that owns that inn?
Yep.
We just totally have
a name for the son.
Well, and also the parent that owns the inn.
Yeah. Do we need a Luna Moon is April Moon's mom.
Okay.
Oh man, I can't find any like good names for
Winters.
Like, there's no names that really work with that, like Amber Moon. Like, Otis just is Otis, but yeah. There's a Lulu.
Lulu Winter?
Yeah.
Actually, I can't remember. Is it Winter or Winters?
I just have Winter written down.
Okay, then it's Winter.
Cade. Kade. Cade.
That's a male name?
I think.
That sounds like a male name.
Yeah.
Okay, Cade Winter.
Okay.
That sounds fine.
Rosemary Winter for the mom.
Rosemary Winter for the mom, and the son,
We need a Romeo name.
Romeo level name.
Rico? No? Okay.
No. No offense to any Ricos out there.
No, it's Rico.
Rico. Yeah. No offense to Ricos out there.
It just doesn't fit the situation. Do I need to refresh my list?
You might have to.
Okay, here we go. I got a Peepa. Not
No.
Marcus. Blake?
Alexander Winter?
Oh, yeah, that can work.
I feel like that's a young, innocent kind of name.
Yeah, I got a Derek on here. Ooh, a Claude. Jeremiah. There's an Elmer. Dante? Orlando.
Lando, I just think of Star Wars.
I know. Zachariah? Zach Winter?
Zach Winter. Okay, Zach Winter could work.
Or we can call him Jack.
This isn't Titanic.
I was thinking Jack Frost.
Oh, I was thinking Jack and Rose.
I know.
I think mine's more commonly thought of.
I don't know. Jack Frost is pretty well known.
But for romance,
Have you seen some of the fan art out there?
of him and Elsa, who,
No. Not my cup of tea.
So are we doing Jack or Zach?
Let's go Zach.
Zach
Zach
or
Winter.
Zachary?
I didn't write any of those down.
Rosemary Winters?
Okay.
For
Winter.
Zach
Singular.
Winter.
So.
There's Zach Winter. Cade Winter was the father.
Okay, we got the Winters. The Moons were Otis.
Otis is the father, Luna is the mother, and April is the daughter.
Okay. I typed one too many O's, so we just have a moon.
I'm a ghost.
All right, name is written down. Now I won't forget.
Okay, because I'll probably forget in like 10 minutes.
That's okay.
So, he can. Well, how does the. Okay, words.
Words are hard.
So, if Otis is going to be complaining about the Winter family stealing competition or stealing their customers, how does that convince the party to volunteer to do something about it?
So here's the thought. What if it's not Otis that gives them the quest? What if they get the quest from April? Maybe they hear her talking about this really cute guy she met in town. He's new and she doesn't actually know about the feud.
And he's horny. Because he's a minotaur.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about the Minotaur part. But she really likes him. She thinks he's cute.
He's got nice fur.
He's got really nice fur. He takes, good care of himself. His horns are shiny. His hooves are nicely polished.
Or how about if we actually do design this to be like a week-long downtime as they work as bartenders? They can notice that she sneaks out.
Yeah.
And it'll be a little bit suspicious.
What was that song? Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious.
I was thinking she was sneaking around like Kronk in Emperor's New Groove.
Best sneaking scene ever.
I know.
It's beautiful.
Or we could have it where she's gone, and then either the mother asks the group to go find her.
There you go.
Or the dad. Most likely the mom.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Otis? Otis is like super hot-headed and tempered, so it would be more the mom that requests that.
Yeah, I'd be like, our daughter didn't come home on time today. I'm a little worried about her. I don't want Otis to find out because then he'll probably send out a mob to find her or something. Can you go look for her? And they find her like talking to Zach.
Talking to the father.
Yeah, that'd be awkward.
I'm gonna be your daughter-in-law. Okay, so if they find out about the relationship with the two.
Okay, here's the question. Do April and Zach know about the feud?
I feel like they have to. If we're just going straight up Romeo and Juliet spin off here.
Like they know that their families hate each other.
Yes.
But it was love at first sight.
Yeah, all that crap.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I fell in love with my husband, kind of on first sight. Just throwing that out there. I love you, hun.
He doesn't listen to our podcast.
I might make him listen to this episode.
Just this one?
Just this one.
And see how corny we are about like trying to make a Romeo and Juliet scenario?
Yep.
Great. So once they find out about the relationship, how does that escalate from there?
Well, that's really on the party. It's like they could come up with a big ol' huge scenario to help April and Zach to like get the families on speaking terms, and I don't know, like that's really on the family about whether or not that works. The family party.
Or let's change. I'm gonna change it up the history a little bit. The Winters has always been there. They've been there for a long time.
Yeah.
Instead of just moved in.
Okay. Okay.
And I would say maybe like that's how the kids also know, right?
Right.
The inns are owned by family for generations, kind of thing.
Okay.
Branching families opening up inns and taverns and all that stuff. You
Mhm.
know, each family has their own.
Maybe the feud's not as heated on these branches. Like, they aren't part of the main branch of the family. They're just kind of like a side branch. So they don't like openly hate each other. It's more of a friendly rivalry.
Maybe I was gonna say it's still heated because
Okay.
I would say probably now we're going really in depth on the family structures here,
Oh, yeah.
but just copy and paste for both sides basically. But you have like the main family, the main lineage.
hmm
They're the owners of the breweries and actually produces it. Any side branching off family, those families own generations of the inns and taverns that gets the supply from the main family.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So anything through marriage or uh, in-laws or anything like that that take on the Moon family or Winter family,
hmm
they pretty much just get money from the main family to start up a tavern or an inn
Okay.
and to basically spread out like that and increase the company size or enterprise.
It's kind of like branches of a chain restaurant.
Yeah, that kind of symbolism, but it's still within all the family.
Gotcha. Okay.
But I was gonna say if it's still well heated and all that stuff, what happens if when they find out about the relationship with the two, they ask the party to help them run away,
Oh, elope.
elope, and just get out of this whole family situation? So then the party has to help organize everything for both parties or both of the lovers
hmm
and a way to safely get them out and away from their family and away from the feud so that they can live their life together
I like it. I
and
like it.
not be chased by the angry fathers because it's always the angry fathers.
It's always the angry fathers. What if on the winter side, it's the mother that's more in charge? And the father's just like, yeah, sure, go do whatever you want.
He was the one who married into the family.
Exactly. She was the original winter.
She's the one who's actually blood related.
Yeah. He
Sure.
took her name.
Yeah. I mean, if it's a very famous family like that, I
Yeah.
assume
know
that the outsider would take it
there
on.
are
the
still
name.
people that do that, even like to this day. If they marry into a family, they take the famous name instead of keeping theirs.
Hey, I'll take it on last name Swift. Sure.
You hear that, Taylor? He's single.
We're around the same age. She's actually my older brother's age.
Nice.
Actually, did you know? Total tangent. Did you know she was gonna go to WSU in Pullman before she was going like became famous or something like that? I
Oh,
think I
wow.
remember hearing about that. It was very close that she was gonna go to the same college as my brother,
Aw.
and he had a chance,
He had a chance.
and he lost it. In a different universe, my sister-in-law could be Taylor Swift. That was a weird tangent.
End tangent.
What do we have the party do to help the couple be able to run away?
Well, they'll need a good base of money, like just to survive out on their own. They'd probably need a wagon or something to leave on, depending on, well, that other one was kind of like medieval times too, so it'd be probably wagon in this case. Something to pull the wagon so they can actually go. You don't really need much after that.
All their
All their
belongings.
possessions. Yeah, belongings and stuff. Maybe, I don't know, the party can go on, I'm trying to think of a word. I've lost it. Heist. It's a heist. They could go, like, steal all their stuff from their rooms and things.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's probably like how to do this quietly so that word doesn't get out
Mm-hmm.
to either of the families. And let's say that this is on a smaller town
Mm-hmm.
where everyone knows everyone's business. It's not like a city, but
It's
a
like that
town.
one country song where everybody knows everybody. Everybody calls your friend.
No, I don't know that.
Or is it knows your name? Anyway, my mom
That might
listened
be
to a
the
lot of
Cheers theme song.
country. No, maybe. I feel like it was a country song. I don't know.
Let us know on Twitter. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, this could just be a very simple quest of how to get everything together and not sound like you're helping two people elope.
Or if your party's a bunch of butts, maybe they can go talk to the parents and be like, hey, your kids are trying to elope. You probably want to do something about it. Break that up real quick. Just stop it right there.
I mean, that is always an option.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly, the party would know that this is a Romeo and Juliet situation.
Oh, yes.
So it really depends on how they want to handle it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to predict everything the party does.
Do we want a poison situation? Like actual Romeo and Juliet?
Well, if this is D&D 5th edition or lately, I've been really reading the rule set for Kobold Press's Tales of the Valiant, which is their version of D&D 5th edition.
Cool.
I believe they still have the same spell. It's name called Feign Death.
Ah, yes, I know this one.
Where it's a simple spell to make someone look like they have all signs of death.
Mm-hmm.
Just cast that then.
Da-da-da, not dead.
Drink a fake potion that's not really poison and then cast that spell on him or her. And then it looked like they died.
Yep.
From drinking poison.
Then what?
And then you bury the body. Then the party has to, in the middle of the night, dig it up.
Bury them with snacks.
I don't know how long that spell lasts, but
to the internet.
Just have a tube go through, through the ground. It should be fine.
Yeah, no, tubes are nice too. There we go. I'm looking at the 5e edition. Okay, duration 1 hour. You have 1 hour to speed through a funeral, like burying.
Do you have the spell up right now?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Who can learn that spell?
Let's see. Who spell lists? Bard, clerics, druids, and wizards.
I was hoping for sorcerer because they have the meta magic feat to extend duration.
So if you have a multi-class sorcerer, cleric, wizard, I don't know, multi-class sorcerer, and whatever one of these other four, it could be longer. Or you really only have to make them trick a person to think they're dead until like they've been declared dead. After that, they just got to be good at acting.
True. Side note, what you do is in D&D 5th edition, there's feat. There's the meta magic feat.
Mm-hmm.
You could take that, pick up extend duration, but that's a very dedicated route just for this one bit.
Right.
But two, wouldn't it be funny? Let's say, I could picture the Moon family doing this. What happens if they believe in just like a Viking funeral or a pyre instead of burying? And you're like, oh, your daughter April is dead. And then they start setting up to burn her because they really believe she's dead.
Okay, yeah, no. Let's make the family not do that.
But that'll be a funny-ish.
So,
it'll be a speed bump or like a roadblock it'll be of just funny reaction where the party's like, okay, according to plan. And then this just sudden left turn of,
True.
Okay, now as per family tradition, we're going to burn her. And you're like, oh, God, no.
So typically when they do burn bodies like that, they wrap them up kind of mummy-like or like wrap them in a cloth of some sort. They don't show the actual body because gross. Watching a body burn, not fun. So one thing that they could do is go to the local butcher, get a bunch of meat, wrap it up in a human-shaped body bag situation, and swap her out for that at some point.
Well, one, that's up for the party to decide, and that's why it's just a funny left turn.
Yes.
Two, then they have to silence the butcher because now the butcher knows, right before the pyre, these group of adventurers bought enough meat suddenly to fill a human wrap.
Not if you have them each go to the butcher at different times throughout the day and buy a smaller portion of meat.
That is up for at the party at the moment. That is not up for us to design.
I know, I'm just saying, that's a fix.
True, but hopefully it's only the game masters listening to this.
Or they can totally talk to the butcher and be like, okay, so here's our situation, this is what we gotta do. What would be the most human-like meat that we could get so that people with good noses wouldn't be able to tell that ain't a person burning there?
Oh, that's right, it's the Moon's family who are werewolves.
Uh-huh.
Or lycanthrope of whatever race. Animal, whatever.
Werebeasts.
Werebeasts, thank you. They would have advantage on smell checks.
Yep. They'd be like, why do I smell beef?
No, okay. Usually for human body testing, they use pig bodies.
Yes.
Because that is the closest to
pork.
Humans. So it'll be, why do I smell pork?
Yes. Well, no, that's exactly it.
Bacon.
Why do I smell beef? That should smell like pork. Like, if the players get the wrong kind of meat.
I think either or is going to raise alerts. Why does it smell like cooking food? instead of my daughter burning.
Would not a human body burning smell like cooking food for a moment?
But I don't think it's okay. This is a weird argument we're having.
This got dark.
I don't think.
Is there not a point in time when the body burning is perfectly cooked?
What does
Oh,
a
there goes your Google history.
burning body smell like?
Oh, man. Here we go.
Why do you know that it smells like beef in a frying pan?
I guessed. Oh, no. I mean, okay, you use fire to cook meat. Guess what we're made of? Meat.
Okay, according to Google, I'm learning something today, and I guess all our listeners are.
Oh, my
Burning muscle tissue gives off an aroma similar to beef in a frying pan, and body fat smells like a side of fatty pork on the grill.
So the players just need to make sure they get beef and pork.
Okay, hang on. Burning skin has a charcoal-like smell.
Okay.
Hair produces a sulfurous odor. Everyone knows the smell of burnt hair. That's horrible.
So what they really need to make sure they get is skin on pieces of meat with the hair still attached.
Also, hooves and nails would have this sulfurous scent as well.
So without those, because...
Okay, this is the weirdest parentheses I'm seeing. It says hooves and nails also contain creatine, which explains why real tortoise shells smell like hair when it's lit on fire.
I'm just imagining a turtle
That's
with
what-
its shell on fire, attempting to run, but they ain't fast, so it's just like, and it's just going, oh my gosh.
I understand that turtle soup is an actual thing for indigenous people and all that stuff,
Yeah.
but I did not think about that. And just like a poor shell just burning like what you imagined.
Yeah.
That just threw me off. Anyways, this is a very weird learning lesson for all of us
And now we know.
that you knew before me somehow.
I guessed. I completely guessed.
I think Tiffany has burned someone before.
Not on purpose.
I don't want to know.
I have not. I'm joking.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Oh yeah,
Pyre.
going to the butcher to fake a body.
Yeah. It's like if the party doesn't think about doing that, Zach can totally be like, "What? I don't know. What if we just got a bunch of meat?"
Okay, I think this is all just up for the game master on the moment in the fly kind of thing, because no guarantee that that's gonna happen. But let's just chronological order right now.
Oh, I have an idea.
Okay, what is?
If the party doesn't know the spell, Zach can be learning to be a wizard. It's a 3rd level spell though, so you'd have to be a pretty high level wizard.
You also brought up the point that we were going based off of that single spell that does not guarantee that the party knows it.
Uh-huh.
Wow, I just realized that.
So the caveat there can be that Zach knows the spell. He just needs help dealing with all the aftermath.
Or
Or
we go similar route on the actual Romeo and Juliet story, where they suggest that the local cleric has a way to do it,
good point.
just like
Okay.
in Romeo and Juliet.
Okay, that's better. I like that. Yes, and the local cleric is totally on board with them wanting to get out of these toxic families and
He is a cleric for a goddess of love in the world,
well, this is a necromancy spell.
but it's still
Yeah, true. Yeah, he's totally with the goddess of love.
Yeah.
Clerics can learn it no matter what.
Yeah.
What their patron is.
that morning he could pray to his god of love just to help with these two
Mhm.
young lovebirds, and the
She will
gods.
bestow upon him feign death.
Perfect.
Yep.
Anyways, this is we pretty much just made Romeo and Juliet.
Exactly. No, but D&D
So,
or whatever that other one is that you
Tales of the Valiant,
Tales of the Valiant.
which I would love to order that book, and
Do
when they
it.
finally release it.
Oh.
Anyways, chronological order. The party sees a note for a needed bartender, where they would do like a week downtime at the Silvered Arrow
And they can
under
each,
the Moon family,
yes, and they can each take turns acting as bartender.
acting or like taking shifts.
Yeah. Okay.
They're going to notice / maybe the mother will talk about the daughter being missing.
Mhm.
And then when they track her down and find that she's secretly meeting up with Zachary Winter of the rival family,
Mhm.
that
Oh, it was Zachariah.
Zachariah Winter, that completely hate each other.
Mhm.
But those two are in love and all this and that. They ask the party to help them escape from their family and to go off and live the life that they want to.
What kind of werebeast is this branch of the Moon family?
Let's just say werewolf because it's easier.
Oh, okay. I thought it would be funny if they were werebulls,
Sure.
like were-cow people,
Sure. Let's go with that. It doesn't fully matter.
because that would explain why she falls in love with a minotaur.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, you know what? She doesn't have to be the same species. Love knows no species.
Yeah.
I just thought it would be funny.
Anyways, what I was going to say is they ask the party to help them elope, where they have to silently and quietly get the necessary preparations to help them escape. A wagon, a horse to pull the wagon, and their belongings
Mhm.
from their respective homes. To have that all ready and set. Also, some extra money
Hmm.
to actually leave.
Maybe like they've been setting money aside, and that's
Or that.
in their
if,
rooms.
If the party doesn't want to give up their money.
Right. I know some parties can be stingy.
Then they would say that they had an idea of faking both of their deaths or one of the deaths.
Faking both would be fun.
Faking both of the deaths, in which they could enlist the help with the local cleric.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to give him a name real quick?
Oh, all right. Cleric name: Callan Livingston.
Calling Livingston.
Callan. Kallan. No, that's a C. Callan.
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 Okay. Cleric Callan.
Yeah.
To either give a spell scroll or a special amulet that basically has or rings.
Rings. What if they get
And
married?
no, let's say it's rings that is a special ring that if put on, it will cause the effect of feigned death and will stay like that until they take the ring off. So it's longer than an hour.
There you go. Magic item.
And then when they do that, then they have to the party is now responsible for making sure the bodies do not die from both families. And then that is up for them to figure out. Hopefully they survive. Then they run away. They thank the party. They go and live a happy life.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the end.
Happily ever after.
And they don't die like Romeo and Juliet.
Yes. Unless they do. And
Unless the
problem.
party screws up
Yeah.
during the stopping of the pyre.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that is a successful quest.
I do too.
If you like that and you put in your own campaign, let us know if the 2 actually survives. Or if you have a job posting of your own that you want us to make a quest out of, let us know on Twitter at QuestboardPod. And with that, I wish you all a good night.
And happy questing.